operating room nurse. I thought we really did well. Of course, in Pyongyang, we were set up in the Russian medical school, so we had private operating rooms. Beautiful, when you think back. And we just did everything just like we did in the States. When we were taken out of Korea, I was at that time, we were sent back to Japan. And then I came back to Korea, which none of us were too happy going back to Korea because we'd experienced the war and all that. But we, to get points, we were on a thing. If you were in like the 8055 MASH, is which I was at, you get more points. I think it was 4 points, I've kind of forgotten. There was the same thing, but that was an all tent operation. And there we had one big tent for the operating room. I think we had a wooden floor tent, and we had 7 tables that we were running. So you're really working fast to keep when you have a big push on. You have all those casualties, and you're working as fast as you can. You're working out of, all your supplies are in foot lockers, and you're working as fast as you can. And then when the push is over, then there's the idle time. There's not much to do. I may be the one responsible for Klinger, but I'm not sure because Gene Reynolds was a producer. I think that was his name. And he'd call me, and he's, living in California, and you'd have a 2-hour difference, and I may be cooking dinner or something. But the one thing I did say to him, that we had a Halloween party one time, and of course none of us had costumes, and we had this doctor there that just ate, worked, never associated with any of us or anything, because we'd have a little time there that the nurses and doctors would talk and laugh, and nothing at all. But when we came to the Halloween party, he had written his wife, and she'd sent him all these women's clothing and a wig, and he came with that wig and all those dressed up as a woman. And I tell you, he was the life of the party. And it was just so out of character for him. None of us could believe it, so it was great. And I did tell Gene Reynolds, so I always felt that's where he came up with Klinger.